Hello everybody, it's Ophelia Dragon from Atomic Monsters. I'm going to do a deck tech and some gameplay for my Chulane deck, Chulane and Chulane accessories. This is a Omniscience slash Aluren build. Your primary focus is to either by playing Academy Rector or by flashing in a Protean Hulk, in which case you get Academy Rector, Starved Rascala, and some other one drop like a mana dork. And you then sacrifice the Rector. And then you use that situationally to figure out, depends on what the board state's looking at, to get yourself an Omniscience, an Aluren, or an Intruder Alarm, or a Mana Breach, or a Retreat, or in some cases even a Food Chain, which I'm still testing in here, to be able to go off. In certain situations, you might even get a Smothering Tithe, and then you basically cycle through your deck and until you can drop either a Jace or a Lab Maniac, and you just want to be able to draw a whole lot of cards and combo off and win. Most of the rest of the deck is you don't always go for the Flash Hulk to get Academy Rector. There are situations where you want to get mana. Like if you happen to have Flash and the ability to Flash Hulk on turn 2, for instance, Omniscience won't let you play your commander, but you can get far by. I've had games where on turn 1 or 2 I flash to get stuff like Savala and either a Bloom Tender or a Priest of Titania, and then like a 1 mana dork of some sort. Like a Ranger, possibly to untap stuff, because returning lands to your hand is good. And you just use that to combo off. You've got Disruption to slow people down. Such as you have Tithe Tiker, Abolisher, and Lavinia. All three of those together are pretty good at stopping people from being able to do stuff. You want to be careful about playing Aluren, though it's one of the easier combo pieces to play from hand. It could also mean other people could flash stuff in, and that can matter. I had a game the other day where I knew the opponent's hand was full of cheap creatures, and they could just flash them all in and potentially blow me out. So instead, what I got in that situation was the Intruder Alarm. And while I didn't win that turn, I got enough of a board presence that turn that they couldn't do anything the next turn. I took over the game. What you're looking to find is any of these creatures. Where are they? Shrieking Drake, Skyfisher, or Stonecloaker. I picked specifically these three. There's a lot of like cheaper options, like mana-wise, but I find that these particularly are the best. Shrieking Drake's just literally the best on its own if you don't have any kind of if you're using mana to like be able to go off. Shrieking Drake's usually your best bet. If you're using Omniscience or Aluren, all three of these are effectively the same. Core Fisher lets you return other permanents, so it lets you save non-creature stuff if necessary. So you could use it to protect your Aluren or your Omniscience or something, possibly. And Stonecloaker also used Graveyard Disruption, which is really, really useful. The rest of this deck is literally just pieces to help you combo off or dig faster. Some of the creatures, for instance, find you land so that, like the Sylvan Ranger, for instance, in the Gatecreeper Vine, help you dig land out of your deck, which then go into play when you play a creature. And then you have stuff like Hypnotic Sprite, which is both a counter spell and a creature, depending on the situation. Other disruptions like Night of Autumn. Um, we have Village Bell Ring, your untapped dorks, Thousand Year Elixir, and Concordiant Crossroads are there to give haste to tap stuff quicker. And Chain of Vapors is really, really useful because you can literally just bounce all of your creatures, sacrifice all your lands, and just start over for 1 mana. Really, really, really useful. It's also a good piece of disruption. Anyways, let's see if we can get a game going. Why is the wrong deck selected? So they've recently, it used to be that whatever deck you had selected in your collection would be the deck that would automatically be here, and they've changed that so it's no longer true. The problem is this deck selector thing is really laggy, so it's actually made it worse. And there's not an easy way to go and delete old decks. You have to go and individually do them one at a time. They can't just select a whole bunch of decks and go delete, which I really wish I could do. I have to go through at some point and take a day to just go and delete all of my old decks. Some stuff we have here for utility. We have a Alchemist Refuge, which helps us do stuff at flash speed if necessary, and a Hall of Heliod's Generosity helps us get any of our enabler enchantments back. Oh, there we go. Let's see. What do we have for commanders? I think I'm more worried about Mina and Den. We're looking at some kind of ramp deck. Torben and Valduk have not really had any issues with before. I think we keep this. They can Mystical Tutor and find ourselves like I don't have Brainstorm in here. Well. I kept this on the principle that I would normally use that to find something like a Brainstorm, and it looks like I don't have a Brainstorm. So we might be probably going to go first turn Savannah. We have backup Force of Will. I'm wondering if I need the Jace. There's no easy way to sneak Jace into play. Well, I didn't want to draw that. I'd actually want to put a Brainstorm in here to help put stuff like Omniscience back in a deck. Is my desktop sounds working? Test, test. Why am I not getting any of the sound effects from the game? I see where this is going. I've been interested with Torbrand. The fact he's like mono red and 4 mana though is kind of eh. feels like he'd be better in the 99, but being triple red makes that difficult. So we play that. Let's get this trinket mage down. And we're going to get a mana crypt so we can drop Chulane next turn. Consider playing it. There's possibility of like Wheel of Fortune this turn or similar. But I didn't want to expose it to all the artifact hate that tends to be in red and green. I seemed far more likely, and I didn't see any kind of signaling anywhere that would indicate that there's any kind of draw 7 happening. This is something you want to stick curiosity onto. That's really good. This haste. I think they should have set that somewhere. They're not looking to block with it, I don't think. Alright, so just sent her out naked. Or him out naked. If we get around to the next turn, things will be good. I put a stop on my upkeep because there's a chance I might want a mystical tutor. So it looks like I was probably right not to stick that out right away. There's my dog barking in the background because they hear the lawnmowers going by. I don't see there's any reason not to have attacked with that. That's weird. I see. They just, well, just so they can move the Greaves. tutor? Don't think so. Not yet. Well, that's better. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to play this ranger because it's going to find us the land that the Llanowar Elf's going to want to put to play. See, now we have a reason to find Flash. I'm going to get a blue so we don't lose our blue mana. I'm not playing the land because I could literally draw another land, and I'd rather have the ability to stick this into play off of Chulane. There we go. So we play land. Now we have the ability, if necessary, to bounce something with Chulane. Oh no, wait, Chulane's 3, isn't it? Yeah, Chulane. Never mind. Chulane's 3. So we're probably going to find Flash. I don't have any creatures. I can bounce one creature on my next turn. So I could Flash Rector out for, say... I have to see. Because we can't put Omniscience out. I think we're putting out Aluren. Leave that, it's not doing anything yet. I want to hold off using this force for as long as I can. There's an argument for just hard casting Rector. Maybe we do that. Maybe we find a creature tutor for the Rescala. Can I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4. No. A little short. Alright. Yeah, I think we go this route. And then we can bounce something. Let's go with the... Oh, there we go. That's swell. Hey, Breffin. Breffin's in the Twitch chat right now. He says snoozy rar to everybody because he's usually really sleepy. Breffin, I'm actually recording for YouTube Deck Tech right now. So now we just sack some lands. And now I'm holding control to hold priority. So I can then, I've now got like basically infinite here. I want to be able to hold priority on this Llanowar Elf. Does Magus of the Moon hurt me? I don't think so. Shuts off some of my land. I think it's okay. I've tried. I just want to know if I like, am I gonna get blown out by countering that. Reference says Aluren with Chulane, you monster. The real trick here is the chain of vapors, Breffin. So now we're gonna tap some land and we're gonna start bouncing shit again. We're gonna hold priority on the Lavinia. Alright, so now we do this again. And this is basically, I've been considering figuring out a different win con than Lab Maniac simply because it takes a while to combo off. Let's get rid of that. Yeah. Reference like powerful is 10-minute turns / turns. Yeah, this is a fun deck to play, but it is a grind getting your turn out. All right, looks like we're going to be bouncing everything again. Not going to bounce that because it'll just sack it. Let's do a trick. Now we're a little short here. There we go. Now we just have game. And that's it. Draw some cards. There we go. Looking for that. Like I said, that's the one problem with this deck is this: the time it takes to actually combo off. Your winning turn is a while unless people just concede. And this person clearly has just gone AFK, which some people tend to do. Let's use this Enlightened Tuner to thin the deck. No, he's still there. Trying to find a draw mechanism so he can just make this go faster. Mentor the Meek, there we go. And get a bunch of this stuff into play so we can draw some cards off of Mentor. Alright, I'm going to use this to get my Beast Whisperer. Let's flash out the Hulk and sack it, just to thin our deck some more. Where'd my Hulk go? There it is. Get Witness and some 1-drops. Freya, leave that alone. Dogs like to pick the most interesting times to start getting into trouble. And then now we just win here. And that's game. Alright, so let's go back and check the list again. I'm thinking I need something like a brainstorm in here. I'm just not sure what to cut for it. It's possible 30 land is a little high, but I'm kind of liking the 30. I think 30 is probably right. But I could potentially drop a land for a brainstorm. But I do think there might need to be a brainstorm in here, specifically for when you get stuff like Omniscience stuck in your hand. But yeah, that's Chulane and Chulane accessories. If you have any things that you've tested in your Chulane build that you think might be helpful, let me know. Or if there's any comments or ideas you have for this deck, let me know. Or if you're one of the people I just beat really badly and you just happen to see yourself show up on YouTube, you can post down below how much of a dumbass I am for playing this crap, and that'd be awesome too. There's links below to follow me on Twitch and on Discord. So give those a click and give me a follow, and it'd be great from hearing from all of you guys. Talk to you all later.